Hi guys, it's Ben here from T-Rex Space Station. How's everyone doing? And this is Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. This is a completely free roguelike video game, and you know how I love my roguelikes, so I thought it was time to show this off. I actually only just discovered this game today while kind of looking for Mac compatible roguelike games. It's pretty impressive, especially for a completely free game. So this is the character creation screen here, and you've got an almighty A to Z of potential races to choose. I tend to go for the kind of bigger, sort of melee type classes. Those are much more easy to survive with, so let's have a look. Hill Orc. Orcs are skilled in close combat and often dabble in offensive magic. Hated by most, orcs are very proud and many of them feel superior. Is that true? Tengu are bird people who love to fight, both with weapons and spells. They're quite fragile, but they learn to fly swiftly later on. You get some really creative, weird ones over here. Demigod. Demigods refuse to worship any god, but make up for this with divine attributes and high reserves of health and magic. You can even be a mummy, compelled to walk by an ancient curse. Mummies are adept at necromancy, but learn other skills very slowly. Right, let's just go for something big and dock off and violent. Let's be a minotaur, muscular with bovine heads. And there's a certain number of classes that aren't available to you, most of the warrior mage, and adventurer ones, but we can do basically the fighty ones. I like to be a berserker. And let's specialise in maces. I always like being sort of really heavy melee characters, especially when you're first starting these types of games, because they're much more likely to survive for a period of time with them. If you play a mage, mages are much more difficult to get going with because they have a low amount of hit points. I think mages become much more powerful overall later in the game, but it's very, very difficult to survive for enough time to know what you're doing. So certainly when I'm discovering a new roguelike game or kind of trying to figure it out, I'll always play as something big, stocky, resilient, and fightery. Now, I've been really blown away by the level of detail that's been put into this. You'll know that I'm a big fan of Ancient Domains of Mystery. This game has a similar level of attention to detail. Got some leather armor there. So we should probably equip that. What I really love these little, so it tells you here the base armor rating and how much you'll be encumbered by it. What I really like is this little touch that you get a quote with some of the items. So, naught can deform the human race, like to the armor's iron brace. That's a William Blake quote. Okay, so let's, we'll wear that. Keep disrobing, yes. Yes. Oh, the reason why it's asking me that. Oh, let's just press no then. Oh, I have to... You stopped me. The reason why it was asking me that was because I was trying to change my armor in the presence of an enemy, which is obviously not a good idea. So let's try that again. And there we go. So we've got the leather armor on. Now, one of the things I really liked about playing a berserker, as you see there, Trog accepts your kill. I think it's berserkers serve the god Trog, who appears to be a relatively chaotic type god who wants you to kill things. And killing things appears to please him, I think, especially if you kill magic users. He seems to especially love that, and that's a really nice level of detail, having the gods that are specific to you, to your type of character. You do things that will influence how your god feels about you, and you get chances to pray to them and things. Here we are, we've reached level 2. Don't get to do anything there. I think that your skills basically level up automatically unless you change it. So you have a certain number of skills, like speciality with certain types of weapons or different things. I think one of mine is using maces. I've got a pair of gloves there. So basically, the more that I use maces, the more that that skill will get leveled up. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, so the cool thing is your relationship with your god changes as you go along, and actually, last time I played it, I managed to get sort of quite pious, I guess, or in the favour of my god, and he was dropping sort of free items in front of me, which was quite cool. He dropped a really good flail, and so I just love things that have that, all the level of detail that you can find in roguelikes is just amazing. So we've got another bit of armour here. Put that one on. I think that's better than what I had there. I think that you know, traditionally roguelike games just have the ASCII tile set type thing, which can be a bit off-putting, especially for newcomers. I don't mind ASCII. That's kind of what I grew up with, what I was used to. But most of the more modern roguelikes, and even some of the old ones which have been modified, will now have a tile set for you. And I think that, you know, having a tile set makes it much more approachable. There was a certain weird thrill with memorizing what all the tiny ASCII characters stand for, but I think it actually makes the game a little bit more involved to have, you know, even a basic tile set. It's just not quite as painful to play with even a small degree of graphics. But you know, I think that purists would say, you know, you really should just have ASCII. ASCII being, you know, the buttons on the letters on the keyboard. Here we go. So the Trog accepts your kill. I can now call upon Trog for regeneration and protection from hostile enchantments. So if I have a curse on me or something, I can pray to Trog, and he'll remove that, which is good. Not that I actually know how to do that. Ooh, a dyed leather armor. I wonder if that's got something special on it. Armor rating 3. It's unidentified, so I guess we have to wear it to see. Oh shit, that feels deathly cold. So that was cursed armor. And the problem with cursed stuff is that you can't take it off. Let's have a look and see if in the key bindings, if there is a... Where are we? List of keys. Let's see if there's a way how we pray and ask for a favour. I think it might just be P. Oh, there we go. Oh god, I saw it. P. You aren't carrying any pieces of jewellery. You offer a prayer to Trog. Trog is pleased with you. Yes, okay, but take off my cursed stuff. So if I press take off, it's stuck to your body. Well, how do I ask Trog for a favour? I mean, you know, it's no good having a god if he doesn't do stuff for you. Pray generally in order to convert to a new god. No, we don't want to do that. I want to ask for a favour. May not be able to do it. Evoke powers? No. Let's leave that for now. We'll just have to crack on with our cursed armour and hope that somebody destroys it. I guess if somebody hits me hard enough, it might rip it. I don't know. I've not figured out how to identify stuff more effectively. There's probably an identify potion I should be using. But it's a bit crap getting a cursed armour so early on. It just means that I'm not going to be able to equip anything reasonable. What have we got here? Kobolds. I love that. The Berserker seems to have this retaliation, so if something hits you, you furiously headbutt it in retaliation, which is fun, isn't it? So, as you'll know, most roguelikes do have a degree of, well, some things that people might find inhibiting. One of those is being hunger. You have to be careful not to get hungry. You can die from hunger. There we go, I've reached level 3. Oh, now I get to choose which stat to increase. So being a fighting type class, I'm probably going to want to go for strength here. You feel stronger, okay. So strength is basically, I think, influences your how much you can carry and how much damage you do from attacks, what armor you can wear, I think. Dexterity is important as well, though, because I think that affects how well you use weapons or something. Your chance to attack, maybe your crit chance, and your chance to evade. So I don't think you want to go fully strength. You probably want to go a little bit dex as well. I like the minimap on the top right as well, or well, just the right really. I think that's really good. The game's really laid out very nicely, quite intuitively. An encrusted tourmaling ring. A ring of gold and a milk-white dove are godly gifts for thee, and a hempen rope for your own love to hang upon a tree. Oscar Wilde. Aren't those just lovely touches? +3 ring of evasion, so that presumably means that I can dodge some hits. Jackal bites me. Whatever. Die, Jackal. My armor skills increase because I've taken some hits, even though my armor's cursed. A slice of pizza. Right, we probably should eat some food. Let's eat that piece of pizza. Mushroom. Disgusting. I've never liked mushrooms. The taste, the smell, the texture. Ugh. Right. I think that judging by the minimap, I've explored everything. It's nice because there's multiple ways down as well. That's something that I've not seen that much before. I think I need to find an altar. Maybe that's how I get rid of my cursed stuff. Oh dear, the orc priest looks braver for a moment. Okay. Try and get into a corner here. The orc priest hits you with a falchion. Oh god. I need to move out into the corridor so I'm not taking multiple hits. Oh dear. Low health. Run away. Problem with... Shit, I'm gonna die. I'm on 1 health. I need to get away. That wasn't good because I was sort of stuck in a situation there. The orc priest calls down the wrath of Bo upon you. Something smites you, you die. Brilliant. And so that's the things I was carrying. I actually had a potion of invisibility there. Not that I knew it because I hadn't identified it. And here's my, this is my obituary. So that was Ecolup the Cudgeler. Began as a Minotaur Berserker on December the 19th, 2015. Was a believer of Trog. Killed by divine providence. Well, that's a very lawyer way of saying it, isn't it? An act of God, perhaps. There we are. That was a really bad score. Actually, the first time I played, I did the best. I got 8258 with Ecolup. Anyway, that was fun, and I hope this gives you a bit of a flavour of a particularly well-developed, free, and very detailed and involved roguelike game. This has been very fun to play actually. I'm going to play a bit more of it. Maybe I could do some further Let's Plays of this in the future, but anyway, this should serve to show it off. You can download it for free. Strongly recommend for you to check it out. Alright guys, take care, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.